So you did it. This is the last math lesson. It is volume of spheres. The volume of a sphere can be found by using the formula 4/3 pi r cubed. Half of a sphere is called a hemisphere. So I'm not going to go into the details of this formula, just write it down. Volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Plug in the values. Well, what's r? So you're going to do times 4 divided by 3. 3.14. And r is 3 cubed. So if you think back to when we did squares and cubes, that was back in the fall. And what we mean when we say something is cubed, we say it's 3 times 3 times 3. It is a number times itself 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So we take 4 times 3.14 times 27 and then divide the whole thing by 3. Another way to write that formula so that it would make sense is 4 times 3.14 times 27, which is 3 cubed, all divided by 3. And you think, well, how can you write it that way? Well, remember, all the whole numbers can be written, and even the fractions, written as decimals, can be put over 1. Right? So what you ultimately end up getting is 4 times 3.14 times 27 all over 3 times 1, which is really 3. Okay? So that's why this can be done. If you don't need to understand it, just trust me. I would love to have worked with this for several days at school, but we get 1 day to do it because we're wrapping up here. And so we'll go back to blue. So we get 4 times 3.14, just throwing these numbers in my calculator. That's all we're doing. 4, you can tell what I had up. 0.14 times 27 equals 339.12, and then divided by 3, and I get 113.04. What? Well, they didn't give us a measurement. They didn't say inches or meters or diameters. We'll just call it centimeters. I'm going to label this one centimeters. Centimeters cubed. That sounds good. Over here, we'll do this one in inches. So the formula again is V equals, just copy it down, 4/3 times 3.14 times r third. Well, what's r? Diameter is 12. Well, to find the radius is half the diameter. So it's going to be 6 cubed. Oh boy, 6 times 6 times 6. Well, 6 times 6 is 36, and 36 times 6 is 216. I just stuck it in my calculator. So now 4 times 3.14 times 216 equals 2,712.96 divided by 3. And so I get 904.32 inches cubed. That's how much that sphere can hold. And last but never least, again, we're going to take our volume equals 4/3 times 3.14 times 5 cubed. They gave us the radius this time. 5 times 5 times 5. I believe it's 150, right? It's 25 times 5. It's 125. Whoops. Just kidding. So 125 times 3.14 times 4 divided by 3 is 523.3 repeating. And we can call this one feet. And we'll say feet cubed. Okay? The formulas that you've been learning the last couple days are just, and you will be given the formulas. You will always be given the formulas. When back in my day we had to memorize them when we were walking uphill both ways in the snow, right? Back in my day you had to memorize these formulas. We will always give you the formulas. So, step 1, write the formula. Step 2, plug in the numbers. Step 3, cube the radius, not square it. Step 4, multiply, and of course divide by the denominator. Step 5, label, okay, with cubed dimensions. All right, so hopefully that's enough to keep you guys going. Again, this was a crash course. You got all of Unit 7 in 3 days. Practice today, little assessment tomorrow to see how you're doing with it. Again, I'll coach you if it's not stellar. I just want to see if you got the basic concepts. I'm not looking for perfection. Yeah, you guys have done great. This was your last lesson, and you have completed distance learning for math. Wow. You guys really should be proud of yourselves because this was very unconventional, and you have a lot to be proud of. So great job. Thank you for allowing me to be your math teacher. It's been awesome and fun, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do with this cool scavenger hunt. I'm a little jealous. Wished we had this kind of stuff when I was a kid, but we didn't. I'll get over it after some therapy. No, just kidding. All right, have fun out there. Be safe. Bye.